Tonight, WYMT is celebrating a major milestone today, its 25th anniversary. Good evening for those of you not yet born 25 years ago or perhaps not living in Eastern Kentucky. I'm Steve Crabtree. On October 19th, 1985, I was part of the staff that got up early on a Saturday morning to watch Ralph W. Gabbard flip the switch that put the station on the air. The first newscast aired 2 days later. WYMT TV's Steve Hensley joins us now with more on those early days and what we've accomplished since.
Well, Steve, the sets, the anchors, and certainly the technology has changed tremendously in the last quarter century, but our commitment to serving the people of the mountains has not.
WYMT TV, sharing the news at home. Live, it's 57 Mountain News, Eastern Kentucky's best source of news and information.
It might be hard for some younger people to remember a time without WYMT, but before 1985, this station was just a dream.
I'll never forget the day that Ralph Gabbard called me into his office and said, "I need you to help me." I said, "Absolutely." He said, "I'm going to build a TV station in Hazard, Kentucky." And I kind of looked at him. I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yeah, oh yeah."
Do we have anything major going on today, Pope?
Former WKYT News Director Ken Kurtz shared a desire with Ralph Gabbard to build a station that served the mountains. And the late Hazard Mayor Bill Gorman was ready to sell WKYH, the old Channel 57. Kurtz says Gorman told him once that more people in Eastern Kentucky knew the West Virginia governor's name instead of Kentucky's because they were watching Huntington News.
Mayor Gorman knew that if he sold the station to 27, which had a Frankfurt bureau, that we'd be covering Kentucky news and the Kentucky governor and Kentucky state government and Kentucky issues.
Steve Crabtree, who was working for WKYT at the time, was picked as the brand new station's first anchor.
Ralph Gabbard and Ken Kurtz came to me and said, it's a go. We're going to build a television station in Eastern Kentucky, and we would like for you to be its first anchor. Of course, I said yes. You had me at hello.
Several dignitaries, some who are no longer with us, including Gabbard and Gorman, came together in June 1985 to break ground for WYMT. In a record amount of time, the station was built and a 1,000-foot tower was put up on Buffalo Mountain. A dream became a reality, and people were watching from day one.
A whole range of stories that had never been covered before by Lexington television stations started getting covered. And we started getting a lot of very nice feature stories, human interest stories out of Eastern Kentucky.
I think everyone in Eastern Kentucky is just so thankful and so proud. You know, if you went down there and told them that you were going to turn YMT off, you'd have a fight on your hands.
By tying the region together, Kurtz believes WYMT actually altered the future.
Eastern Kentucky would be a different place. It really would. We've been able to tell through the combined resources of Channel 27 and 57 the Eastern Kentucky story, not just to the region and the Commonwealth, but to the nation.
Everyone involved with WYMT in those early days say it's one of the biggest highlights of their careers.
It's the only television station I've ever had a hand in putting on the air, and it was enormously interesting and professionally challenging, but a very satisfying, and you darn right I'm very proud of it, and I'm very proud of what Channel 57 has grown into.
WYMT is today something that far exceeds anything that I thought it could be, anything that Ralph Gabbard thought it could be, anything that Ken Kurtz or anyone else thought it would be. Go by WYMT and tell someone in there that they can't do that, and then just stand back and watch. It gets done.
And we are happy to have two of our three original anchors with us tonight. Of course, Steve Crabtree is one of those. And we also hope you'll join us later at 7:30 for our 25th anniversary special. And Steve, it's a thrill to get to do this with you tonight. You probably don't want to hear this, but I grew up watching you. I used to want to be you.
Well, there's a lot of people that will tell you that you should aspire much higher, Steve. But let me point out a lot is being said about those who have been here at WYMT. I think that special homage needs to be paid to those that are here today and taking the vision of Ralph Gabbard and Ken Kurtz to heights that we didn't even dream of 25 years ago. Salute to you and your co-workers here today.
Thank you very much, and I also want to mention Tony Turner, who gave me my shot here at WYMT. We also think about him and those we've lost through the years, too.
A dear friend. You
Yes.
betcha, Steve. Thank you, and I'll see you here